Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. It is June here in Virginia, and let's see, it's a little rainy outside. I hope everyone is doing well and okay. So I have a curious deck in front of me, and I really didn't know too much about it when I bought it. And it is by John D. Williams. So I'm reading, this is from Eclectic, which is just an amazing resource for tarot. So, the Kingdom Highway Tarot is a new handmade deck from tarot scholar and commercial illustrator John D. Williams, conceived to be a book of tarot rather than a bundled collection of picturesque images. It was designed to be both an art deck and a working deck, and blur the distinction between the two. The initial impulse for the deck was artistic, symbolic imagery, a tarot about tarot, not to be a clone of existing decks. The style is loose and intuitive and semi-abstract. Pen and ink designs altered or edited on the computer, but they're somewhat abstract and busy at first, but resolving into detailed tarot images after a closer look at the image. It contains Renaissance elements, not just in costume, but visual rules and illustrations of the period. It also has a modern American twist because of John's own origins. The major arcana was guided by Tarot de Bohemia by Pappas, deepened by observations by Anonymous, the author of Meditations of the Tarot, and guided visually by Old Masters. Titles are not Rider-Waite standard, but have more of an earlier historical foundation influenced by older Marseille and Visconti decks. As it is here, the oldest Test of the Death card was untitled, though it retained the image of a skeleton with a scythe. We recognize. So, let us look at this curious deck. This deck is printed on demand by, if you Google the Kingdom Highway Tarot, it's one of those game publishing things, so you just order it, and there's really only one option. Okay, so here's the little booklet, which is not very, KHT is not an art deck. It uses art to join the arcana as twin portals to the infinite. It synthesizes the great epochs of the tarot from the Renaissance to the 20th century Golden Dawn. And it gives you just a very quick partial bibliography. And here are the cards. So they came in this plain white coffin box. So here's the back. We have a cross, Star of David, and then sort of a frame in like a burgundy. Put that over there. And the cards are fairly standard, nothing too fancy. They glide very easily, they're very smooth, they're rounded on the edges. And compared to the Rider-Waite, they are the standard one. They are the exact same size. Okay, so let's look at these pretty cool cards. To be honest, if I was making a tarot deck, mine would probably resemble this one more than something that was more collage. I'd want to like draw my own, but then like manipulate it in like Photoshop and do stuff to it. So here we have, this is the excuse, not the fool, the excuse. And the card actually looks like it is not numbered. It's like a parentheses, or maybe, is that a 0? Yeah, it's like nothing. So here we have, Hebrew letter, we have face turned up to the sun, the dog. It is a very sketched card. The juggler, or the beteleux. We have the infinity hat, tools of the trade, a three-legged table, and you can kind of see him through it. About past, okay, we're getting a little more abstract. Sort of we see her face, but then it's lost in sort of the Tora, Tarot, Rota, Ator. And we got the columns. We have sort of a, she's there, the moon. The Empress, look at those eyes looking down on you. Heart. The Empress always to me seems like the Queen of Hearts. I like sort of the textural effects. Emperor? Look at that scepter. And the eagle or the falcon there. He's on his throne. Pope. Okay, we're getting pretty abstract here. I see keys. I see hands. I see hands. Yeah, it's more abstract. It's very cubist. Lovers. Looks like a man caught between two women. It looks like very different women. One looks like she could be a princess. The other one could be just like a maiden. Just like a maiden. Chariot. I like this. This is cool. So we have the Sphinx type figures in the front. The symbol for the sun. Moon on the shoulders. The epaulettes. The starry sort of banner over him. Wheels. Balanced light and dark. What do you think of the border? So we have picture. We have an interesting font choice for the number and then the title. And it's like a yellowy beige and then the burgundy stripe. So I wonder what that's interesting. It's like, I don't know, it gives it, I always wish the artwork was bigger, you know, bigger artwork, especially if it's very intricate. Justice. This looks very, there's a figure in the back, a man with a donkey and a hoe, it looks like. She's sitting sort of sideways, side saddle, scales. Hermit. He has the Caduceus. The snake is there. Looks like a viper, maybe. And we have the Tess, which is also Tess means serpent, which makes sense because there is a serpent on the still learning my Hebrew. Snake. And we see the yod in the middle. And the wheel. Here we have like a dog figure. There's also a snake. Oh, like an infinity snake, black and white. Force. Very textural. There's a little acorn. You can barely make out like the lion itself. Oh wow, this is nice. I love this one. This fool is awesome. Look, you have the spade, heart, diamond, club, money, dollar signs, fancy shoes, very fancy. Tide, they're falling, eyes are closed. And that symbol on the head is a lammas, arm, eye. This is a very cool. The Hanging Man, Hanged Man. I love this one. This is a cool card. I like this. And then we have a question mark. Of course, we have Mort, La Mort, death. And we have heads. There's a gentleman or a dandy, a king, queen, jester. A jester's head, that's different. Sort of a horse. So it mentioned like computer manipulation, but I'm not really seeing too much computer manipulation. I mean, it looks very minimal, if any. Maybe clean up. Temperance. Here we have a Shiva-like figure. All those hands, all those arms. And sacred geometry. The head tilted back. Very nice. Ah, the devil. Classic Bahamut. Salve Coagula. Up and down, light and dark. Very nice. The Tower. This one reminds me, I get the feeling of like a Thoth deck, because the Thoth it's one of the most enigmatic towers. I mean, it's just dynamic. Even the artwork feels like it was ahead of its time. How dynamic and how jagged and just wow, just the power from that card. And this one has that similar sort of feeling, but we have people marching out of the tower, person falling, like a little devil imp laughing. A lot going on here. Ooh. So here we have the star. Her head is a star. We have the funny little bird, and it is a funny little bird. I like the little dashes there. That's kind of almost like sparks of energy. And we have pouring. There's an eye there. I can't quite make out that Hebrew letter. I'm not sure what it is. Sometimes they're written so odd, it's hard to make it out. I don't know, Phi? Let's see, the one associated with the star is traditionally Zaddy, which means fishhook. And that does not look like Zaddy. It's Zaddy. Moon. Oh, we have the two dogs. A woman, the path leading up. We have the crab. So, let's see. With the moon, I see what do I see? I love the moon face. It's very cool, very feminine, as it should be. I like how dainty she is. Her legs kind of off to the side. So the Sun card, this one is probably the darkest card of the major arcana. We have two little children. We have wow, it's fairly abstract, and it almost looks like a print, like printmaking, like a lino print or something. A little flower. Judgment. Whoa. There's a lot going on here. I see JDW there. A lot of the cards do not have that. And looks like this sort of crazy angel trumpeting. I see the symbol Resh, which means head or face, head, face, face, head. It looks like all these people kneeling, bowing there. The world, all. So there's a lot of interpretation of the beasts around there. Some say it's the visions of why not just Enoch? The visions of Enoch, symbols of the archangels, or symbols of the apostles. There's a lot of mixed stuff out there about what they represent. It's almost like pick and choose what you believe. I really enjoy the Book of Enoch. I think it's crazy mythology type book. The whole Nephilim, and that's just really crazy, wacky. I love it though. And then we go into the minor arcana. But before, I wanted to share something I learned this week. I was watching, it's actually, I found it on TikTok, and it's in the Marseille deck, let's see, or we have Marseille, but we also have, let's see if I can find it. I don't have a Marseille deck with me. All I have is we can look at this one too. So the traditional sun is in Marseille. There's two children playing with a brick wall, and the sun is shining. And so, notice there is a wall here. So it turns out that the wall is significant because it is this time of year right now is when bricks were made, brick molds, and it was the time when the weather was heating up, and so bricks would cure better. So it's sort of a nod to Romulus and Remus, who built the first wall in Rome, supposedly, Gemini, the twins, and the wall in the back. It's a time for new construction, essentially. And I thought that was fascinating, but here the interpretation sort of watered down. Having the two children would make more sense rather than the horse, I believe. But at least the wall is still there. The wall is significant. I've always wondered about the wall. You know, like I always call it like the Lego brick wall, and I think it's really meant to. You know, say something about the time of the year, but also construction. And those little Lego bricks, it's meant to draw your attention to them. So I thought that was really interesting. Let's see, so here we have the Ace of Coins. This looks like it's very different than the Major Arcana. It's very sort of temple. It's very almost ceremonial, maybe. I love that there's a little club there. We have Two of Coins. We have a Moon person. We got the juggling sort of happening, very stage. It reminds me of the McDonald's character Mac the Knight when they were advertising in the, I think this was the early 90s when they were advertising extended late night hours to get food. Three of coins. These are very modern. I'm surprised actually from the look of the major arcana. So here we have moon person, man and wife, maybe on a date, a movie theater. I feel a movie theater. But then there's a hat on the floor. Drawing, artist, 4 of coins. More abstract. Five. They are leaving. We have the arch window. Moon person. Looks more like a, the middle looks very sort of Picasso. There we have there's Capricorn. It's me. And then we got, looks like, to me it's almost like a person there. I don't know, there's a lot going on here. A lot to kind of take in. Woman on a couch reading. Very cozy. There's a baby. The mobile. It looks like they went home. Maybe they dismissed the babysitter. It's almost like it's a book. Like it's telling a story. Moon person. There is a horse. It looks like, oh, is it a horse? There's people, a city. This looks like one of those art prints you'd want to have in your house. I love this. It's very whimsical. Oh, a graduate. Success. Ten of coins. I love these sort of beige colors, the reds, it's a good palette, I think. The light green, but it makes it feel very vintage, almost like it's 1930s, 40s newspaper type style. We have a dog. This is supposed to be like, wow. Cat, dog, cat. Baby. So it's like you pick out little pieces. Jack of coins. I see a face, a woman. I love how it's Jack of coins. So not page, but Jack. Beautiful. Really nice. A little shoe in the middle. Cavalier. We got the fedora dominating. What's he doing? Is he smoking? Is he stealing? He looks interesting. There's something else, something going on. Is that I see a cityscape. Okay. Very artsy. I do like this. Queen. Oh, looks like the queen of domesticity. Look at those heels. Damn. Stilettos. Busty. Almost like a modern Venus of Willendorf. We got Pisces. Really came, oh, the moon came back. Moon guy. He came back. And then there's some strange tubes there. We have there's, let's see, Leo. We got, I don't know, more kind of abstract. Lots of plants, the greenery, green corresponding with, of course, the element. King of coins. And then, that's weird. I have not shuffled these, and this is the order they came. Let me fix these so there's be somewhat in order. Strange that that one was there. And, oh, so with every other suit. I did not, the queen was actually called Dama, which I thought was interesting. I didn't even notice that right off. Okay, looks like the second suit and the fourth suit were reversed for some reason. Probably just printing. So we've got Ace of Swords. This feels very Egyptian. I love the four things there. Spirit card. And we do see the pyramids in the back. Great Pyramid of Cheops. It's right there. And these diamonds. This is one of the cards I saw online and I'm like, whoa, this is gorgeous art. We have like sort of the lion figure. Again, this is very gestural, very voluminous drawing. I love that really mirrors the type of drawing that I do. Especially, I really liked it when we were in studio in art class, and we did figure drawing, or we did the drawing where you can't lift your pencil, and it was just over and over and over again. The model posing, and you just draw what you see. If you think it's ugly, don't even think that. Just keep drawing. Don't stop. Just keep drawing, drawing, drawing. And I love the balance of the swords there. Yeah, these are very Egyptian feeling. Especially with the feet facing that way. We got the skirt, the sort of necklace. And since we're in swords, this would be air. Oh, here we got the Eye of Horus. We have Anubis. We have two other figures there. We have Horus, Anubis and Horus. Looks like Horus, or it looks like a giant cicada. And the sun, I love the sun, the hands coming out of the sun. I love that. It's very interesting. And we see the silent symbol for Aquarius there. And is that Neptune? Yeah, that's Neptune there. Here we're on the water. Oh, well, that's Isis, because I can tell by the headdress. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Here we have Thoth, ibis-headed god, with the beast. It eats your soul if you don't pass, if your heart's heavier than a feather. Half crocodile, half lion, half hippo. Oh, wow. These cards are so beautiful. They almost look like they could be the cover of a 60s jazz album. I get a feeling of jazz, like, you know, improvised jazz, just, you know, coming at you. You know, a whole set that just goes on and on and on forever and ever. Piano, bass, trumpet, maybe some saxophone. You feel that. Very, very interesting. Ooh. This looks like a 1950s take on a Egyptian panel or bas relief. I see some, looks like dancing feet or hands. Hand, feet, face. Oh, and this one, of course, Nine of Swords. She has a look of worry and like torment or impending something on her face. Impending judgment, maybe. And here we have the dead. Looks like a dead pharaoh wearing the crown of Upper and Lower Egypt, which is a two-part crown. Upper Egypt fitted into the bottom of the crown. Stabbed. Jack of Swords. We have like Peacock Lady here. Sword. Looks like she has a record on her head. Scarab, maybe? She's kind of... Oh, we have this... Whenever I see a chariot and a pharaoh, I always think Ramses II, you know, the great pharaoh and the father of, what, 40-some children. Wow. Especially the archer, the bow. He's pulling the bow. The Dama. Sword, beautiful, like a very Nefertiti. But there's the beast there, being sort of fed. Does she have this? I see the feather, and I see the canopic jar that would contain the heart. So the feather and the heart, she's weighing it. Just a feather there. Very beautiful. Ah, and there's Thoth. There we go. The sleek head. Scribe. The Egyptian Hermes. The, you know, all that good stuff. Beautiful. See, I'd want this print like blown up just so I could study it and just, you know, have it look at me and me look at it. Really neat. Ooh. Then we have cups. This is look at all the colors. What in the world? So blue, Ace of Cups. We have sort of a lion around. Beautiful. Fountain. Spring. Oh wow, these are the color. All of a sudden this shift to color. Here we have, this looks like a sort of a French 16th, 17th century France. Almost like these cards from Dangerous Liaisons, which is a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I love Dangerous Liaisons. Joyfulness. We see three women. Cup. I love this. The beautiful dresses. The fountain, spring. Now this one looks like it could be in a comic book. You know, little Cupid angel, cups. A little heart on his foot. Ooh. Yeah, these are very colorful. Very dynamic, very kind of busy. There's pattern, there's repetition. Oh, this one's even more realized than the others. Here we don't see as much muddying. There's sort of looks like the magician's hat, la bête deux. Something in the sky. Oh, we have all the cups with the wonderful things. Open books, flying. The man is like unexpected. He's like, I love the whole pose. And there's the magician's hat again. Or just a big hat. Ooh. Eight of Cups. The moon. Oh, or an eclipse. We could say it's an eclipse. It has distinct rays coming down, but also some off the side. I love the use of negative in this card. Man sitting, woman, she looks like she could be almost like a barkeep. Man enjoying, he's paying for his drink, relaxing after a long day. And then we have beautiful, wonderful happiness. Oh my, we have Miss Temperance or Miss Star down here. Children playing. Man and woman. We have a beautiful windmill. Cups in the sky. It's very whimsical. The Jack. The Jack's always a woman, which is very different. She has the fish peeking out of the cup. He did a good job with the feet and the faces in this deck. Cavalier of Cups. Well, his horse. He's sitting on his horse. He's got some medals. Fish. The Dama. Oh, there's that fancy cup. Sort of with the angels. It almost reminds me of the Ark of the Covenant. There's angels. She's blonde. She looks very almost virginal. She has the canopy over top of her. She doesn't quite look pregnant though, but she looks like she's got grapes under her feet. And there's a river flowing. And the king. Oh, we got some darkness. He's got a trident. Looks like he's got a mug of coffee. And now the last suit is staves. So we have the bull here. Two of staves. Very much looks like a Jesus figure. Let's see what this tableau is saying. Ooh, woman. Hands reaching out of her. Feet. I think the artist has a thing for feet. He's a shrimper. But he did a good job with them. Light and dark, 4 figures. Canopy. Flower. Oh, 5 of staves. What a crazy card. Lots of scribbling. I see 1. I see 3 people. Figure. 6. There's a horse. Some soldiers. Maybe this is more, this tableau for staves is more like the Crusades, maybe? Ooh, this one feels very Toth. The eyes, 8 of staves. 9 of staves. Yeah, see how he's in like chainmail, carrying almost like a banner or something. Ten of staves. Seems like a very Cali figure. There's a pagoda there. Ooh, Cavalier. Again, we see sort of a chainmail effect. Oh wow, Dama of staves, beautiful. Face turned. I love the stars hidden in the skirt. And the king. But we have, let's see, we've got high moon, a lot going on here. Flowers. And that's it. That is the deck. The Kingdom Highway Tarot. It's an interesting name for this. Gorgeous deck. Beautiful deck. So I'll just evaluate it. My usual. So overall quality, it's pretty standard. I mean, it was print on demand, nothing too fancy. Is it usable? Yeah, it's usable. But I think if you're, RWS somewhat, but you really would need to know the tarot for the minor arcana. So I would say it's moderately advanced. Collectability, well, if the site goes down or if it's ever pulled, then you can't get it anymore. So this was, I think there were original 12 that were handmade. So this is just a copy of it. Quirks and issues. The borders. I hate big borders. My quirks would be maybe the minor arcana can be a little muddied and a little artistic, and hard to interpret if you don't have a pre-existing knowledge of tarot. Overall rating, I'd say this is I'm always very conservative. I'll say this is a 5. It's not a deck I would read with. It's a beautiful deck. I love the artwork. But I just don't think it's one for me. Collectability, sake, and for the art, that's why I got it. I'm gonna put it back here. It's not numbered or signed, of course, so it's not like uber collectible. And the box is plain, almost like an afterthought. So, if you thought you were going to get away without a poem, you will not. So Patti Smith is one of my favorite artists. I think she's just amazing. And if you've read Just Kids, which I highly recommend because I'm a huge Robert Mapplethorpe fan as well as Patti Smith, you'll know that she wrote poetry and then she was encouraged, someone play guitar behind me, and basically that's essentially how things started for her. And then she did her first album, and there was it. So this is from her second album, and these are the lyrics to Radio Ethiopia Abyssinia. Oh, I'll send you a telegram. Oh, I have some information for you. Oh, I'll send you a telegram. Send it deep into the heart of you. Deep in the heart of your brain is a lever. Deep in the heart of your brain is a switch. Deep in the heart of your flesh, you are clever. Oh, honey, you met your match in a bitch. There will be no famine in my existence. I merge with the people of the hills, people of Ethiopia. Your opiate is the air that you breathe. All those mint bushes around you are the perfect thing for your system. Ah, clean it out. You must rid yourself from these animal fixations. You must release yourself from the thickening blackmail of elephantiasis. You must divide the wheat from the rats. You must turn around and look, oh God, when I see Brancusi, his eyes searching out the infinite, abstract spaces in the radio, rude hands of sculptor now gripped around the neck of a duo sonic. I swear on your eyes no pretty words will sway me. Ah, look at me, look at the world around you. Jesus, I hate to laugh, but I cannot believe. Care I so much, everything merges, then touch it. With a little soul, anything is possible. Ah, I never knew you, how can it be that I feel so fucked up? I am in no condition to do what I must do. The first dog on the street can tell you that. As for you, you do as you must. But as for me, I trust that you will book me on the first freighter, passage on the first freighter, so I can get the hell out of here and go back home to Abyssinia. Deep in the heart of the valley I'm going. Oh, I would appreciate if you would just totally appreciate Brancusi's bird in space. The sculptor's mallet has been replaced by the neck of a guitar. Lately, every time I see your face, I eventually wake up. And if you've heard the song, it's an interesting song. It's very, it's definitely her in her pure punk stage, the raspiness, the screaming. And when you read the lyrics, you're like, whoa, that's what she was saying. So I love that song. It's a great song, Radio Ethiopia. So anyway, I thought I would share it with you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.